Alright, so guys, today we're going to be talking about the 5 most student-friendly countries in the world. So we're going to be considering the cost of living in these countries. We're going to be considering the tuition fee and the standard of living for students, how good are the dormitories going to be for international students wishing to study in these countries, and can you actually work in these countries after graduation. So without wasting your time, let's start. Number 1 is the United States of America, the USA. It has been one of the most student-friendly countries for decades right now because of its open culture, its lack of discrimination, and it has the best quality of education in the whole world. Apart from that, students get to experience the American lifestyle. They live the highest quality of life there is for students, and there are a lot of other advantages. For example, students are allowed to work while they are studying, and the US has one of the highest paying jobs in the whole world. Yeah, because the US has a very high employment rate. So if you graduate there as a foreigner and you are qualified, you can actually apply to the labor market and start working immediately with very good compensation. So another factor that drives students to the US is just the prestige of the country. Education in the US is considered one of the best, and if you studied in the US, you're considered to be a very civilized, exposed, and educated person. The US gets a student population of over 1 million students, international students, every year. So the only disadvantage of studying in the US is the competition to get into the country in the first place, and you get to pay very high tuition fee. For example, tuition fee in the US starts for about $15,000 a year, and that doesn't sometimes even include accommodation. So students get to pay a lot of money to be able to enjoy all the benefits we have mentioned. Alright, so the number 2 is the United Kingdom, the UK. The UK has a very long history of education. They have one of the oldest universities, and they have been able to preserve most of their knowledge from their history, basically. Okay, so the UK is one of the leading countries in education because they have preserved their history so well. They have preserved their academics, and Isaac Newton is from the UK. Alright, so many students go to the UK from English-speaking countries, mostly because they want to get educations in English from the best, basically. Students in the UK are also allowed to work during summer when they are not doing their academics, and there are a lot of jobs in the UK. The UK has one of the biggest economies in the world, and after graduation you can apply for permanent residency to be able to settle in the US. Application to study in the UK is done directly to the universities. You find your university website, you mail the admission office, and they reply you with the requirements, and you start the application. Is basically a process that you can follow. Alright, so the number 3 on the list is Canada. Is it Canada or Canada? How do you pronounce that? Lulu, Canada or Canada? Alright, it's fine. Alright, so Canada sits number 3 on the list. If you want to receive the US education, you can basically just go to Canada to receive it on a cheaper rate. But because basically I think the US and Canada are almost the same country. No racism, no disrespect meant. So Canada is one of the most friendly locations for students because millions of students go there every year to acquire their degrees. The Canadian degree is worth very high, and of course students can work there after completion of their studies. Alright, so the number 4 now on the list is China. China, the People's Republic of China. How do you pronounce the country's name? Okay, China has been one of the leading locations for education for a very long time for international students. They offer courses like medicine and law and humanitarian courses and engineering courses. China has the biggest economy in the world after the US. Would you say the fastest economy after the US? How do I say this? Yes, but they're huge, and a lot of people go there every year. They have the biggest exports ratio compared to any country in the world, and they have various yeah, China also offers scholarships to students that study, properly. If you are doing well as a student, you can apply for scholarship either academically or extracurricularly. For example, if you play football for the university, you can be offered about 40% scholarship in some universities. There are a lot of scholarships. The government offers scholarship, and the university also offers scholarships at the end of every year to students that are active in both social and academic life. Yeah, so I've made a video about how to study in China. It's on the channel. I'm going to be putting the link in the description below. You can go and watch the video to be able to know the requirements studying the country. So the number 5 country on my list is Australia. Australia, is it the continent or the country that I'm talking about? Both, I believe. So Australia has one of the best educations on the planet presently because a lot of students go there every year. About 500,000 per year, I believe, go there every year to study because of they have very high conditions of living, very high quality of education, and you can apply to stay back and work after graduation. All the countries I've mentioned, their wage starts from about averagely $40,000 to $50,000. Is it dollars Australian? I'm gonna check that and get back to you. But basically, Australia is on the list. If you want to study in Australia, I think you have to apply for your SATs if you're from a non-native English-speaking country, and that applies for the US and the UK, right? And also Canada, right? If I'm correct. Alright, so that was the video today. Unfortunately, Amarachi was busy, so I had to do the video on my own. And thank you guys for watching. Today we're just mentioning the countries.
Appreciation as well.
Okay. All right. The cameraman, who was totally very important in the process, has asked me to appreciate him, give him credit for the great work he has done in filming us. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lulu, my people, come on, bro.